Hello everyone and welcome back to another custom Diecast review. Today we have a driver for Wrangler Racing Motorsports, which is my race team in the LWCS, which is the Little Wrangler Cup Series, which is my stop motion series. So this is not the original driver. Also known as Ethan or NASCAR Lover 2019, he was kind of booted out of the ride. Now I'm not going to go why he was booted out of the ride, but all in all, he was, kicked out of this number. He is not in the series anymore. He is not in another team. He's not for a sign-up. He is gone. Again, not going to get into it. It's not really a big deal, but at the time, it kind of was, just how everything went down. So, I'm like, okay, as, owner, I have the option to boot people out of the four-car team, or I can keep whoever I want. So I decided to boot him, right? Got him out of there. I hated doing that because he's a friend of mine. I still consider him a friend, but, I feel like it was for the best. I know it's like, oh, he's taking this so serious. No, it's just, you know what I mean? If you knew the situation, maybe you would understand. But anyway, I was looking for a fill-in driver. And I went to another friend of mine. I've known this guy for not a long time, but I've known him for a few years, 2, 3, maybe even 4 years now. But Smokey the Retriever, aka Dylan, or, Beeve62 on Instagram. But I'm like, hey, do you want to take over for the 36 in my series? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So, after the Daytona 500, he has ran, he's ran 2 races. So this guy, or Smokey, is a rookie. Now, if you look at the back right here, there is no rookie stripes, and I'll get to that in a minute. Now, actually, those are the old taillights as well. I will also get into that in a minute. So, the reason there's no rookie stripes is because this paint scheme was not originally for this driver. I had this paint scheme laid out, and, it's a simple paint scheme, right? Actually, the spoiler and the splitter were supposed to be red and blue. Now, it never worked out. Here's why. The paint was just bad. And when I mean bad, I mean no matter how many times I would paint it, there would be run streaks on the spoiler. Now, mainly the spoiler. The splitter, not a big deal. Spoiler, yes, big deal. So, I'm like, you know what? I'm done messing with it. White spoiler, white splitter. Done and done. So that's what I did. It's white spoiler, white splitter. I didn't care. Then I thought about making the side skirts red or blue. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it simple. We're a underfunded, quote, underfunded team. And it is kind of true because I don't really have a lot of cash, right? So, I can't really upgrade anything. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say this now. So in the next season, we will still be running, or at least my team will still be running, the ZL1s. There will not be ZL1 1LEs for WRM, Wrangler Racing Motorsports. That is not a thing. Now maybe the season after that, maybe we can get a little bit of an upgrade. But as of right now, we're sticking to these ZL1s only. And it's another reason why I'm doing this is because I got so many donors from Jared. Again, thank you, man. I got his box over here. I hit my camera. I'm sorry. I got his box over here, right? Full of just complete donors. And I got more on the way. I have not reviewed those diecasts yet. They're not going to be reviewed. I haven't done a haul video yet. But yeah, that's sitting over there, waiting to be used. I still got 3 or 4 Camaros in the house in order to be stripped and used. So, again, with that being said, this is a new driver to the series, but this paint scheme was not meant for him. Now, that's why there's no rookie stripes, because the driver before that had a full season in the series, and he was not a rookie. And before that whole incident happened, I already had this template made. I had it made, and I had it printed out, and then the incident happened, so I'm like, I'm not gonna add rookie stripes. I'm not gonna do this. Not gonna do that. So that's why. That's why the taillights are so old too, because it's just an older paint scheme. And of course, there's no rookie stripes because of what I just said. So very, very plain paint scheme, but still, you know, I say it's review worthy. I got iRacing for the sponsor. Why? I don't know. I don't really have an iRacing sponsored diecast either. Well, I do. I think it was Time with Jesky, but I don't have one for my series. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make one. So got iRacing right here on the hood. It's pretty pixelated, but I mean from afar it looks a little better. I will say that. Got the Monster Energy banner there. You can see a little bit of paint issues. That's just from clear coating. And you got to be very careful with clear coat, man. That's another reason why I did this project over so many times, because of the clear coat. I would have it done, painted, decaled, everything. Go to clear coat it, put too much freaking clear coat on. You know what happens when you spray too much clear coat on it? It like shrivels up. The paint shrivels up, it cracks, it looks awful, you gotta redo it. There is no saving it, you have to redo it. So I've done this multiple times. Anyway, got the 36 right here, a big old 36. Nothing behind that, which is how I like my paint schemes. Got Smokey right there on the back. iRacing.com. Right here on the back, you got a little bit of bubbles, paint bubbles, for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think I didn't shake the can up well enough. That may have been why. But anyway, you got the Camaro, got the taillights. Pretty poorly placed taillights, I will say. You got the little Chevy bow tie right there at the top as well. Oh, goodness. Focus. There we go. So here you got iRacing.com. It's a little crooked. And I noticed that later on. I'm like, okay, I'm going to fix this. You can see right there. You can see that little dent right there. That's where I tried to fix it, and it was not budging. So I'm like, okay, whatever. When I have to leave it that way, because I am not redoing this diecast. 36. You got the exhaust pipes. Got the B-post. Have no clue what's on it. No Cup Series logo, no contingencies, no NASCAR race car, no nothing. I just decided to keep that clean. Why? I don't know. Maybe because it was Monster Energy Series going into Cup Series, and I thought about leaving it like that so I didn't have to redo a scheme. That's probably why, actually. Got a Goodyear logo there. It's hard to see. I wish I made that black instead of yellow, to be honest. We got some... Oh, wow. We have some issues on the front. I don't know what happened to the front. I don't know what's all that black stuff, but I guess this is a race version. But taillights. Headlights were a little too big on this, so, you know, they don't really reach perfect. They're a little long. You got Moog, Mel, Autobrock, Sunoco, and Comp, I believe. It's hard to see, but they're there, I promise you. Got that super wonky looking front end. Oh, Jesus. If you have seen or listened to anybody talk about wrapping front ends of Camaros, they will tell you how hard it is. Me and Diecast Buffet, along with many, many others, know the struggle of wrapping a freaking Camaro front end. It's awful. It's bad. The only ones I actually like wrapping are... Toyotas are okay, but my favorite is Ford. Fords are the easiest to do, or at least the Mustangs. But the Camaros, yeah, not so much. They're not as fun. Not as fun at all. So, another thing is I kind of thought about doing some colored rims. Maybe red in the front, blue in the back, or blue in the back and red in... Wait. No. Blue in the front, red in the back. Or blue in the back and red in the front. There we go. Now, also, there's something else. I do believe this is the first time I've ever done this. Look at the numbers. They're not the same color. The sides are blue, and the top is red. I believe this is the first and only time I've done this. I could be wrong. For my own team, I believe this is the first time I've done this. And I'm actually pretty proud. It's more realistic, and I like that. But anyway, again, not much to this diecast, but at least you got a little bit of background history for the stop motion series. Now, I plan to keep all of the diecast shells that I made. I'll gut them for like parts and stuff. But my goal was to keep every WRM paint scheme, like just to keep it. I've got super old ones. I've got new ones that I'm still going to keep. So I want a shelf of WRM history. And hopefully one day I can kind of have that. I've got, okay, let me go ahead and count. I don't mean to hold you up. But let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 over there from my series that have been retired. And I'm talking about like customs with whiteout paint and marker. That's history. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. So yeah, definitely going to keep that shelf. But anyway, I'm done holding you up. I apologize, but I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Upside down.